Good evening, guys. It's Marshall here on our beautiful Friday evening. And today I just have a very simple topic because this week I've been discussing a lot about safety, a lot about reclaiming our power around safety and reconnecting with, our innate ability to create a safe experience for ourselves. And then comes this topic, overwhelm. Overwhelm in our healing, overwhelm in the things that we're facing, that we're dealing with, overwhelm in our own personal work, that kind of thing. So specifically tonight, I want to talk about handling overwhelm when it comes to healing, when it comes to moving beyond codependency, because this is something that is going to happen to all of us as we grow. It's a natural result of our analytical nature to get in there and absorb it all and then obsess about it and then try to force it. And then we start getting results. We start getting change. So we get hungry for more. So we start obsessing about it more and consuming more and more and more and more. Ironically, that is going to inhibit your healing because healing is not about fixing. And that's what our brain is really coming from behind that. So we've got to fix more, got to learn more because we're hedging against this anxiety of failure, this anxiety of repeating something that's out there to get us. So what we've got to do is step back, take a break, breathe. Okay. In the Calm system, if you're part of the Codependency Confidence membership, in Calm, there's a practice, it's tool number 4 called holding space. And this allows us to breathe. This is a tool about creating enough space to just be, just to lean into the experience of being. Because that's ultimately what we need to be doing anyway to move beyond codependency, to move beyond the trauma, the false identity, the shame, the guilt, the fear. So we've got to learn how to rest in our being. And part of that is just cultivating a space and a willingness to receive whatever shows up. I also call this process leaning into. So when the Facebook Live is done, I'll post a link to that so that you can use that in your life. But that's what I want you to think about. How am I overwhelming myself in my work? Am I trying to consume too much so I can get away from this fear? Or am I trying to avoid something? We do that a lot, quite a bit. That's one of my biggies, just got to avoid. So when I find myself avoiding or obsessing, trying to consume, I lean into, I hold space with what I'm feeling. This allows us, again, 1, to breathe, 2, to get normalized into an experience of toleration. We need to be able to tolerate discomfort for a mere period of time so that we can move beyond it. It's not about staying in the discomfort or the shame or the fear or the guilt, but it's about being willing to receive and acknowledge it and then allow it to move out, to move up, to move down, or even to stay. It's technically called the flow method. You understand, you accept, and you allow what's showing up for you. And holding space provides that for you. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with your healing journey, if you're feeling overwhelmed with all the information you're getting from either the group or from my courses or from other coaches and mentors, take a break, step back, breathe. Lean into being enough just as you are right now. Allow yourself to rest in the experience of your present moment, to observe the thoughts that create anxiety, to observe the sensations of the anxiety, rather than absorbing it. Allow yourself to rest right into the experience of being you right now, because you're actually more than enough. You're plenty. You're full. You're whole. You can allow yourself to rest into that being, rest into you. That's what I encourage you to do this weekend, throughout the holiday weekend we've got here with Easter. Allow yourself to kind of take that message in of resurrection and of being whole again, because you already are. That's really the big trick here, guys, with healing. It's not about fixing something. It's about discovering that we were never that thing to begin with. See, trauma tends to lock us into a false identity that's rooted in shame. When we dissolve that shame, then a discovery occurs. We become more expanded into the awareness that we're not the shame, but we're a person who experienced or observed or witnessed the shame. And we can move beyond that. With trauma, we expand that energy out, we allow it to dissipate, and we discover that we're not in that terror anymore. So we don't have to be small. We don't have to be anxious. We can rest. We can relax. We've got to help our brain catch up with that. We've got to help rewire the brain so that it becomes normalized to rest. And part of that is simply just acknowledging and observing what's showing up and holding space with it. So I'll post the link to the Lean Into tool. It's also on the YouTube channel. You can go to tv.freeself.com and it'll take you to my YouTube channel. You can just go to Lean Into, but I'll post that here in the group in a moment. If you guys have anything else you would like to, hi, Catherine, how are you? Happy holidays. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And remember, guys, this weekend, remember, take this in. Let yourself absorb it as a truth, not just something I'm giving you. That you are worth knowing. You are worth keeping. You are worth loving. Because those are the three things we've always wanted, right? We want to be kept, we want to be known, and we want to be loved for who we are. Now, I challenge you in this space of just being to love you, to know you, to be you. Okay? Okay. So I'll talk to you guys on Monday. We're going to start discussing healing. We're going to start getting deep into how trauma works and how I heal trauma using my process called the closure technique. And then we're going to start exploring how you can accomplish actual indifference to the traumas in the past. Peace, happiness, calm. But the number one result people get using the closure technique is indifference. So think about how that would change your life if you felt indifferent about the things that terrorize you in your mind right now. Okay, guys, thank you again. Enjoy your holiday. And remember, again, you're worth knowing, worth loving, and worth keeping. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.